you ready? It's time. The inaugural Urban NerdCon is coming to Montgomery, Alabama, July 29th through the 31st. Blurs, nerds, and geeks from across the universe will converge on the capital city to see celebrity guests such as The Last Dragon, Timok, Megan Tandy, and voice actor Dave Fennoy.
Hey, how you doing? I'm voice actor Dave Fennoy with a shout out to all my geeks, freaks, and urban nerds. Just want to let you know I'm going to be there and I want to meet you at the Urban NerdCon Gaming and Cosplay event. It's happening July 29th through the 31st in Montgomery, Alabama. Hope you want to meet me as much as I want to meet you.
So join us by visiting theurbannerdcon.net for ticket and vendor information. This will be the premier blurred event in the universe. Theurbannerdcon.net. Our heroes, our villains, our stories, everyone's con. See you there.
Some carriers will give you just one measly entertainment subscription. One is no fun. With Verizon, there's up to 7 entertainment subscriptions with your unlimited plan. That's 7 times the... 7 times the... No. 7 times the... Music, gaming, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, and more. That's 7 times the entertainment. Because everyone deserves better. And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
We are making the virtual HBCU experience available wherever you live through Stillman Online. We offer online degrees in business, criminal justice, psychology, and religion. Stillman also offers technology badges in cybersecurity and data analytics. You can participate in all student activities, fraternities and sororities, internships, graduation ceremonies, and much more. Apply for admission today at stillman.edu. Stillman College, where we prepare you for a different world.
The new GMC Sierra with hands-free driving offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class. Yeah, it rocks.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food? Like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, Don't delay. Call Cuvée.
Are you ready? It's time. The inaugural Urban NerdCon is coming to Montgomery, Alabama, July 29th through the 31st. Blurs, nerds, and geeks from across the universe will converge on the capital city to see celebrity guests such as The Last Dragon, Tybok, Megan Tandy, and voice actor Dave Fennoy.
Hey, how you doing? I'm voice actor Dave Fennoy with a shout out to all my geeks, freaks, and urban nerds. Just want to let you know I'm going to be there and I want to meet you at the Urban NerdCon Gaming and Cosplay event. It's happening July 29th through the 31st in Montgomery, Alabama. Hope you want to meet me as much as I want to meet you.
So join us by visiting theurbannerdcon.net for ticket and vendor information. This will be the premier Blurred event in the universe. Theurbannerdcon.net. Our heroes, our villains, our stories, everyone's con. See you there.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure.
It's wireless.
Pick something we all like.
Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you. All of you.
Q-Time.
And you've got the grumpy old nerds in your ear. As always, it is I, your Uncle John, who watches way too much TV and movies and reads way too many comic books. And I am well versed in all things fantasy, which is why my reality may seem so hard. As always, I am joined by your Uncle Rod by way of the galaxy of Florida and the planet of Brooklyn. And you're going to have to tell them the other thing because I keep forgetting.
Rod G, Uncle Rod, aka the Five Borough Ronin. I'm representing for my Cowboys today because I'm tired of the slander on sports talk where they're talking about we're not even going to win the division, and right now we're in the most horrible division in the NFL. If we don't win it, somebody needs to get fired. That's just for starters.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Well, I see that was heavy on your heart today, Rod.
Yeah, I had to add something on my chest. I had to get that off, man. But I'm good right now. We're good.
I'm glad you're able to get that off your chest, man, because you get not only did you say it, but that rolled off your tongue as if, like you had it in the chamber, loaded, ready to go. My man.
Ready to rock.
Right. And today we have our Uncle Roy, as always, behind the ones and twos. What's going on, Doctor?
Cello. Just trying to make it do what we do, man.
Yeah, you look like you're cold or something. Seeing as how it's 100 degrees here in Atlanta, that's a pretty hard
outside.
Look to pull off.
Trying to figure it out too.
That's 100 degrees outside.
But you know what? Here, I don't know how it is anywhere else, but in Atlanta, if it's hot outside, they've got the temperature set at -20 on the inside. They will wear out some AC, like wear out some AC to the point of me buying a space heater so I'm not too cold. At my gig, they will wear out that AC. Like I need to wear a hoodie at work. And then as soon as I hit the door leaving, rip it off.
That's crazy. So in the summer in Atlanta, you got to be looking like Black Belichick.
Yes.
Right.
With the football reference. Okay,
Oh man. All right.
let's go ahead. Who's been talking about your Cowboys got you so fired up, Rod?
You know what? All them jokers on sports TV, that when they have their same little conversations every day about LeBron and the Warriors or Tom Brady, then they talk about the regular NFL and they want to talk about Dallas and they talk about Dallas is underachieving, Dallas this, Dallas that, Dak Prescott. Look, man, Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback in this league right now. We have enough offensive weaponry to score points, and I'm not worried about not keeping people out the end zone with Micah Parsons on defense. So everything's gonna be fine. If not, hey, just like any other business, man, heads got to roll.
Is Dak Prescott a top 10 quarterback in the league?
I believe so.
Hey, there. You know what? We've got my man here, and he can help us out on that particular subject. Live from the booty chair. The booty chair is back. Uncle
It's
Percy, what's
back,
going on,
baby.
sir? Yes, it is. Ooh, he's got smaller. Yeah, Uncle Percy. How you doing, sir? Oh, Lord have mercy. He is the epitome of grumpy right now. So, Percy,
All right.
let me ask you. You consider Dak Prescott a top 10 quarterback?
Yeah, he's okay.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you, is he a top 10 quarterback?
Yeah, he's okay.
Hey,
Lord
Percy,
have mercy. Okay.
is it cold outside? Water wet.
Percy, I don't know what I was expecting. This is Uncle Percy in his finest of forms. North Carolina A&T.
I'm trying to be nice because I want to say fuck those Cowboys, but I'm just trying to be
Oh, that's
nice.
right. Isn't he? I just thought about that. Isn't Percy a part-time Eagles fan? Isn't that what it is?
Steelers.
Oh, Steelers.
His allegiance is Bears and Steelers.
Bears and Steelers. Okay, that's what it was. I knew he had two teams.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember, so I thought it was somebody else in the conference. So
Right. So again, Uncle Rod, I agree with you. ESPN is the home of LeBron and the Warriors. I get that. I fully understand your disdain for them, along with Stephen A. Smith getting on TV with that ugly ass cowboy hat and dumbass accent, coming on trying to roast the Cowboys every time.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's an excellent cowboy hater.
yeah,
He
he's
excels
a
at that.
professional troll for the Cowboys.
Yeah. So I agree with you, but at least the Cowboys get attention. My poor Bears, nobody expects anything from them this year, and nobody talks about them at all. So at least you're gaining.
Justin Fields has made great improvement in the offseason, from what I understand.
Oh man, Justin Fields. If you give Justin Fields some wide receivers and a real head coach, I think Justin Fields would be pretty solid. I think people are sleeping on
You're
Justin
asking too
Fields.
much now. Hold on now, damn it! You're asking too much.
They might beat the Cowboys this year.
What'd you say?
They might beat the Cowboys this year.
Nah, bro.
Oh, that's right. The Bears do play the Cowboys. Okay. So we got a little time before that comes up. But yeah, we gonna see what it do. And then
Uncle Percy,
Roy,
Uncle Percy, it sounds good.
But wait, Roy, you're a Falcons fan, right? No, you're a Dolphins fan. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, let's not talk about the Dolphins because I don't want to talk about the Dolphins. Yeah, we're gonna leave them alone.
Wow.
I'm gonna be all Missouri on my Dolphins this year. Damn it, show me. I'm still a fan, but I ain't rooting for nothing that they doing right now. I'm still because I was never a Tua Tagovailoa for Muffle.
Hey man, don't mess that man's name up. Don't mess that man's name up.
You sound like me right now, butchering somebody's name.
It was done on purpose too. I was never a fan. I'm like, and they say the thing that's killing me. So there's this graphic going around about him and your boy from the Bills, like their first 5 or first 3 or 4 seasons, whatever it was, or a certain number of games, like they have quote unquote the same stats. I'd be like, y'all kill me with these damn stats of some of these quarterbacks.
Okay, they had the same stats, quote unquote, but what the hell happened in wins and losses? What happened after those games?
That's my whole point.
Shit went sideways. They need to stop the cap. That's some bullshit.
Tua is not.
Wow.
Tua has never been a franchise quarterback to me.
Rod is on fire right now. Didn't the Dolphins pick up Tyreek Hill?
Yes, they did. Do you know what? Did I tell that story about that? So this is going to be the first Dolphins jersey I'm going to have since Dan Marino. Do you want to know why? I'm going to tell you guys why. Because Tyreek Hill used to play catch in my backyard with my son.
Wow. Seriously?
Tyreek Hill, yeah, is from Edenville, Florida, man. When I first heard that, that's why I shared it when he got picked up. He was a little kid. I taught him his first set of football routes, baby. Ha ha! Yeah. 6 years old. They used to come to me because I used to play in the back. I used to play with my son all the time. He lived right across the street with his mom and his granddad.
Wow.
That's
That's interesting.
Yep, I'm
Look
out to
at you.
shout him out one day. Be like, yo, somebody give me a
I
jump.
believe you just did.
Well, I'm saying like shout him out on social media or something. Be like Tyreek, be like Mr. Hill. I'm getting I ain't bought a Dolphins jersey since Dan Marino. I'm getting yours, buddy.
Okay.
Glad to see the young man doing some things.
Damn.
Okay. All right. Just had to reiterate that he ain't bought a Dolphins jersey since the 80s. Okay. Well, I think that we've successfully run off anyone who was actually here for the content we actually talk about. So I would be remiss if I did not talk about a trend, surprisingly, that has. Ooh, please excuse the background. This is my daughter's room. A trend.
So I take you off the big picture there. Since
Yeah,
you said
thank
that.
you. Because that's yikes. A
Well,
trend
look, at least
that I
you
have
ain't got
noticed.
no Omarion posters up.
Well, oh Lord.
Hey man, save that for another. Hey, hold on. Save that for later.
Because we could. Yeah, the old nerd audience don't know nothing about that, or do they? Actually, but
We're
yeah.
old
So anyway,
nerds. We know everything.
yeah, because that was terrible.
That damn verse is gonna be the career ender
You know-
for some of these motherfuckers out here. But anyway, I'm
You
sorry.
know-
Go
It
ahead.
should have been years ago.
Yeah, because you're looking at some of these R&B cats now, and it proves that R&B ain't what it used to be. Because
least
that
a little
was
bit.
horrible.
It showed that
It was-
Mario was the last cat that actually could sing. They came out in that young group.
Even Bobby Brown with his old fat self could hit the notes on key. Even Keith Sweat with his nasally ass hit the notes on the key. Ray J went out there, and he's younger by a lot, and went out there and started singing, and they brought out Pleasure P and Sammy H and whoever
And
else.
Bobby
these
V,
cats
Bobby
were.
Valentino, isn't that the kid's name? And supposedly they're getting ready to start a group.
Oh Lord, the Off Keys.
Look, I don't know. They call it Rod. But Rod, you have got to remember this. Do you remember when I did a post, and I've literally been saying this for years. I did a post, and I was like, somebody please tell me what song that Ray J made outside of One Wish that was good besides the one he did with Lil Kim, but it was more of an upbeat rap song. Wait a minute. That's the name of it. Wait a minute.
Right.
Like, those are literally the only two Ray J songs that sounded any type of good. I was like, what y'all listening to with him? I'm like, I heard him like, this dude is horrible. Like,
But
he's famous for being
their-
Brandy's sister.
In their defense, that's a different generation, so we're not supposed to know their songs. Plus, we're not their demographic. Like, I know some Omarion songs only because my daughters listen to that bullshit. So it's not, we're not.
Not even Omarion, B2K, right?
Right. And I know a couple of B2K songs because, they just weren't, they were better as a group, but then, anyway, how do we get into that?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Anyway, no, that's fine. That was fine. I would be remiss if I could talk about Black trauma in sci-fi cinema. So, as I was watching The Boys this past week, the episode Herogasm, the episode that was Herogasm, I was surprised to hear Mother's Milk say something along the lines of, because Starlight was imploring him to not take revenge on Butcher for what he was doing in terms of getting rid of Homelander. And Mother's Milk, who is a black character, literally said, when white people get mad, it's okay. But me as a black man, when I get mad, I get told to suppress it. I don't know if the writers on that show are black, but I wanted to shake somebody's hand because the simple fact that that was brought out not only on broadcast TV, acknowledged not only on TV but on a show that's very popular right now, I they need to be commended because that's life as a black man in this country. Period. We are not
all the
allowed
time.
to be angry. We're not allowed to be upset. We're not allowed to show our frustration. But average white dude can run around and be mad and physically take it out on somebody, and for the longest, it's been okay. Imagine my shock to also watch the Umbrella Academy and have Allison almost say the exact same thing. Allison, who is the only black member of the Umbrella Academy, almost say the exact same thing. And spoilers for those who haven't seen the entire run of the Umbrella Academy, but Allison being the only character in the Umbrella Academy who has a child. They came back from the past to an altered future. Oh, Rod shut it off because he hasn't seen it. Oh, okay.
Oh, you hadn't seen it yet?
Cover your ears, Rod.
Go ahead, man. It's all
Allison,
right.
Allison comes back to a present where her child doesn't know who she is, or her child doesn't exist.
No, her child doesn't exist.
Her child doesn't exist. And everyone, all of her siblings are trying to tell her it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. And Allison, rightfully so, says, when you all get upset, it's okay for you to express yourself and be aggressive and show your feelings. But everyone is telling me it's okay, but it's not. This is my child. She lost her child. And when she was back in the 60s, she lost her husband. So now she has no one. And in this, and she's not only lost that, but then lost the only home she ever had. So now she's being told to suppress her feelings, once again, a black character. And she says, you all are allowed to be upset. And you're telling me that I can't. And I think that the acknowledgement on both these shows in the genre that I love, I was damn near brought to tears. Now, the rest of the Umbrella Academy season was kind of stank, but we'll talk about that later. But I was so happy to see this being acknowledged. Go ahead, Roy.
You know the funny thing about that, man, that disappointed me is I was watching people on social media talking about Allison was the most annoying character this season. And I'm thinking to myself, she's the only character who actually lost something. Like you said, she lost her child and her husband. Everybody else came back to whatever the hell they had. The same thing. Other than the home being different, their lives weren't altered. So yes, I would be pissed off too. I would go through those processes.
So Vanya got her girlfriend back?
No, she then died.
No.
Okay.
But
oh wait,
the thing
you know
about
let's not give it too much spoiler alert because that's I just thought about it. We rolled into the story on that one. Well, watch the show, Rod. No, we're not gonna do that for you. We're not gonna do that. But we've already answered that question.
Yeah, but I was just going along with the theme you guys were saying is that, she was the only one who lost anything. So I just was thinking back through the seasons and trying to recount. It's like, all right, well, who else had, meaningful relationships?
Right. No, you're
Klaus
absolutely
and
right.
Vanya.
No, and Klaus's relationship, I don't know how to describe that in terms of loss because he lost him while they were in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He lost his significant other while they were in the past. It wasn't a result of coming back home. And at the end of last season, like literally as soon as they appeared back in the house, Allison said, I need to go check on my daughter. And they were like, no, let's have a drink first, And I actually back in the past, no, she didn't lose. Vanya didn't lose her girlfriend.
No, she left her. She left her.
She did. Yes,
she left her, but she left with the intention knowing she was coming back to get her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it seems that Vanya's emotional state and Allison's emotional state, it's just like, okay, Vanya's allowed to be, but Allison had lost so much. And let's be honest, Allison is not a character that they really focused on
They didn't do much with her at all. They
Umbrella
didn't they
Academy.
didn't do enough with her.
In this third season, you're saying?
Just in the
Oh,
whole
this third
story.
season? The third
Because no, in
season?
the second season, they focused on her quite a bit
Not with her
because they had that.
powers. They just did. They
Not
did
no, not with her powers, but they had that civil rights thing
the
going
theme.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her being a black woman in the '60s, from the
Right.
2000s. You know.
That's quite a shocking change. Yeah. But I mean, Allison is someone who emotionally we may have got to bond with, but her powers, no. Her powers are never utilized like they should be, in my opinion.
Right.
Like if I could whisper something to you and you do
I
it,
heard a
oh
rumor.
my God.
Right. I heard a rumor.
I'd be walking up. No, let me stop because my wife watches this show. So no, I'm not gonna dig my hole even deeper. But
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. Leave that
Allison,
alone, bro.
and for people on social media to jump on Allison as being the most annoying just kind of plays into the whole, you know, if it was any of the other characters, that would be okay. And because it's black trauma, no one wants to kind of give her the leeway to say, okay, she's allowed to be upset. She's allowed to be sad. Like something very pivotal that she does toward the end of this season is because of that trauma. And she wants her child back and her husband.
That's right.
And
Oh, it sounds like she pulled. It sounds like she tried to pull a Wanda. So you know what? Don't say anything else. Don't say anything else.
But you know what?
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. Wanda was
Rod,
people were annoyed with Wanda about the same thing.
Rod, that's a fair comparison because everybody in the world watched WandaVision and was like, oh, she's allowed to be upset. She's allowed to do this. She's allowed to do that. But now Allison is going through the same damn thing almost.
Yep.
And nobody's sympathetic. That's a very good point,
But
Rod.
you know,
Thank you for
and
bringing
also
that
Wanda actually said that. Wanda actually said that in the Doctor Strange film.
Yeah.
You know, she said something along the lines of, you know, everybody else is allowed to, you know, you mess around with time and you're a hero. You know, I'm messing around with things and I'm a villain. She says, how is that fair?
But you know what, though?
So my answer is stop fucking with other people's kids. You created kids in this world, so create them again. That's my answer to it. But whatever.
Well, I don't think so. The thing about Wanda, though, I think Wanda's situation was different. Because first off, if she can't compare it to, my thought was she wasn't comparing it to the Doctor Strange from that universe, to Stephen Strange. I actually think she was talking about the Strange from the Earth where the
Illuminati were.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because remember, he was doing stuff personal. That Doctor Strange did what he was supposed to do. He's like, shit. We had one. I saw 14 million, different scenarios. We won one. You know.
Right.
And then he didn't take over, like she said. He didn't take over a whole damn town of people. And bending them to their will and all that kind of stuff. But I have a question, John, about your being remiss in the black trauma.
Yes, sir.
Did A-Train get his black card back? I say yes. Because, you know, he was like, you know what? Fuck y'all. No, because here's the deal. Here's the deal, though. Everybody has been talking about his character and how just he's been Clarence Thomason himself the whole time.
Right.
And A-Train got to the point, he was like, you know what, motherfuckers? Literally, just like that. You know what? Come on, let's go. And that was it. And then, you know, he knew the consequences. He knew he was gonna die, which I don't think he's gonna die. I think he's gonna find they're gonna bring him back. But
spoilers, man.
Spoilers.
Damn.
My bad. You know, shit.
Ron said you just pretty much gave away the whole.
It's almost a damn week. If you ain't seen the show yet, that's your fault.
Wow. All right.
But he did. I mean, he did what I wanted him to do.
But does that automatically give him his black card back? I say no.
No.
Because he's still in that cooling shit.
Well, we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. And you know why I say we don't know that yet, John? because he stood there. He saw part of that fight. So now he knows that there's somebody else out there. Because you think about it. Most people are kissing Homelander's ass because they're scared of him.
Absolutely.
Right. You know, they kissing his ass because they're scared of him. They don't watch him, like, just kill people for no reason. So, you know, it's like, that's the thing. I'm interested to see what happens if he don't die.
I to be very honest, and we're kind of shifting subject matter here, but well, let's go back. A-Train has done so much that he hasn't even redeemed the fact that he's killed all these people, and he's just an
And got
asshole. Not
another
even
hero
talking
and
about
got
like
another hero killed.
right. Not even talking about him being him and his faux blackness. The simple fact that he just now apologized to Huey for killing Robin is him working his way back.
I was about to say,
And
it was a
I see what you're
legitimate
saying.
apology. It was a legitimate apology, too.
He was sincere. And Huey was like, man, to hell with you. It's too damn late now. But the fact that he's working his way back, I think his redemption arc, he's got a long way to go just because he's such a dick. And he's so far away from just even being a human being. You know what I'm saying? He's a caricature right now. And his blackness is a caricature as well because he's not really interested in that. He's just looking for more views and more likes and shit. So to answer your question, did he get his black card back? Nope, not yet. We'll see.
Like, not at all.
I don't think he did. I think he started in that direction, but he's got so much to overcome. He's got to do a lot more. And you know, I'm sitting here thinking about it. And if not Homelander, if A-Train's powers are even anywhere close to what they could be in potential to the Flash, then he's really underperforming.
Yes.
And he probably could have killed Homelander a long time ago.
A long time ago. Yeah.
But
it's like they had to
yeah.
It's like they had to depower him in order for Homelander, for him not to be a threat to Homelander. In order for him to be scared of Homelander, because if I'm A-Train, I'm just running away from you, motherfucker.
I'm vibrating my hand fast enough to go into his chest and pull out his heart.
Absolutely. But
hey,
you know,
shout out to our girl Heidi who's tuning in too.
Hi Heidi.
What up?
What were you gonna say, Uncle Percy?
I said maybe that was the whole point behind it, because now in this show you see that he's actually scared of certain superheroes, and the ones he couldn't control, like
Starlight.
I forgot his name that quick.
Oh
yeah, Starlight and
Soldier Boy.
And Soldier Boy and all of them. So I mean, he didn't even know Soldier Boy was still alive, but now he sees he's back, and he's just as strong. He's just as strong as he is. And then you have I forget all the characters' names. I was ready to go because I like that whole hero-gasm shit. We gotta talk about that.
You know what? Let's go ahead and segue into this last episode of The Boys, because Hero-gasm, there was this big to-do about Hero-gasm and how they were gonna. Oh Lord, Uncle Percy, you clapping cheeks? Is that what that represents? Hero-gasm.
Wow.
Hero-gasm was billed as this big controversial. They even had a disclaimer. I thought I was watching Us for a minute. They had a disclaimer in front of the episode. And I'm going to be honest, it wasn't as graphic as I thought it was going to be or could have been.
Yeah,
now,
right.
Some of that shit was out there. And we didn't get as much of it as I thought. But I would have to say, hands down, Hero-gasm, the title of the episode wasn't Hero-gasm, but we all know what it is. I thought this was the best episode by far of this series.
Actually, I thought it was Hero-gasm.
Was it Hero-gasm?
Yeah, I think the episode title was Hero-gasm.
But I am saying, my point is that I think that this past episode was the best of this series by far.
I would probably agree with you. It's definitely one of the top two or three. Um, Simply because of how all of the threads seem to be coming together in this particular
Right.
episode, and you see a lot of things pay off toward the end of this. I don't know if this is. I don't think this is the season. This isn't the season finale, is it?
No,
No,
Herogasm. No, there were like 2 or 3 more
So does
No.
episodes.
okay. All right, cool.
got two
Because
more episodes.
yeah, there's a lot going on in this episode, and like I said, a lot of things were coming to a head or getting resolved some kind of way.
Yeah,
Um, Homelander finally experienced fear in terms of
Right,
being
right.
beaten, like the
Yep.
potential of being beaten. I thought that was a good thing to see. Mother's Milk did his thing. Huey, poor Huey. Huey just can't catch a damn break. It's like that dude is he's like the Peter Parker of that universe,
Yeah,
except
yeah.
except he doesn't have any powers or anything to help other people out with. To kind of soothe the fact that he's almost a perpetual loser.
Well, I think with the Huey storyline, the fact that he's looking at Starlight and saying, "Okay, you're this superhero. I'm dating a superhero, but I still need to save you." That says a lot about his character and the fact that that his girlfriend being killed by a suit has affected him a lot more than he
yeah,
wants to admit.
agreed.
And the
Right,
fact that he has said numerous times, "I want to be able to save you. You're always saving me. I want to be able to save you," means that what happened to Robin. And I mean, if your significant other just like explodes in front of you because somebody runs through them, then yeah, I
right,
kind of get where he's coming from. But the trauma,
yeah,
speaking of trauma, the trauma of that is going to follow him no matter where he goes, no matter who he's dating. And the fact that he wants to save her on a regular basis will be the nail in the coffin of that relationship.
yeah. I
But
think
you're
it's
right,
already
Rob.
pretty much done.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're white people in love on TV. They'll eventually find their way back. But I think that
Yeah, I mean, no,
Okay,
you're
cause
right.
she's doing, yeah, he's doing something she doesn't approve of
Yeah.
right now. But then she just, shit. Hey, look, Starlight went out on him at the end. I was like, whoa, damn, that's
Well, I
definitely gonna
mean,
be interesting.
Starlight, like Rod said, there was it wasn't wrapped up, but so many of the plot threads were addressed. We haven't even talked about Frenchie and the female,
Right.
and the fact
Yeah,
that they had to escape certain death, and neither one of them has any powers. And we had the A Train plot line. It's like all of these plot lines are converging, and the writers are doing a masterful job of keeping us fully involved in every one, because that's at least what, like 5 major plot lines going on right now.
yeah, yeah. It's but yeah, about 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, and we're watching Butcher's slow descent into what he rallies against every episode.
becoming what he hates.
Yeah, yeah, and and drawing Huey into it, because now Huey's uh fucking hooked on Temp V.
Yeah,
Yeah, Compound V,
Yeah,
or like
the
and
I like
green
Temp
V,
V.
as I call it, the
I
green
like Temp
V.
V.
and we haven't even talked about the fact that Soldier Boy is like this rampaging racist,
Idiot.
sexist
Well, who's
white male
triggered
from the
by
40s
who's triggered by a song at that.
and
Russian
who
music, Russian disco
and
music.
who and who suddenly has more power than he's used to having, and now he's running around talking about what is GPS in the internet. That was funny. When Huey said, "Well, how are you going to find
Yeah,
them without internet or GPS?" And he was like, "You just made those words up."
yeah. He's just making
It's
that
like,
up.
no,
So
no,
he so
those
he's
those
like
are real things.
he's like Steve Rogers, but more of a jackass. Like, cause
Right.
Which is exactly what he's
yeah,
supposed to
exactly who he's
be.
supposed to be. Right,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Because Steve Rogers was walking around with a notebook, like I'm writing all this stuff down. I got to figure this out
Hmm.
real quick.
right.
And
Hmm.
he's just
Yeah.
walking
So
around with his stuff, talking crazy to everybody.
Now, I think the one thing that's
exactly.
interesting about the Soldier Boy character is that it seems that he's blacking out whenever he does that chess thing. Either
Yeah.
that or he's just playing that role, but I think he's blacking out and
No, he
not
Yeah.
is blacking
knowing,
out.
yeah, not knowing what he's actually doing when that kicks in.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's triggering him. He hears the music. Well, he might have figured it
Right.
out the second time, but he heard the music and then he kind of blacked out and went Nova, and that was it.
Yeah.
That,
So I
How
mean,
many damn superheroes were killed in that house?
look. Now let me
Damn.
bring something else up too. And as a black man, I'm bringing this up. This is my conspiracy theory face that I'm switching to right now.
Uh-oh, here
Why
we go.
is it that
I got
Love
one too
Sausage?
while we at it.
Why is it that Love Sausage only likes to put his thing in Mother's Milk's face? It last season when they were in the asylum, Mother's Milk, Love Sausage, his thing wrapped around Mother's Milk's neck. And in this Hero Gasm episode, Love
Did the same
Sausage's
thing.
thing was all his yes. So why is it the black man always got the white dick in his face? Now that's number one. Number two, when Mother's
please
Milk
don't talk
opened that,
about. Oh, don't ask about the door,
when Mother's
please.
Milk opened that door
oh, that was just
and got
nasty.
sprayed with
Hey. No.
whatever that was. But
No,
no,
man.
this is a for real thing. Why is it that the black
Right.
man is always catching it like this? You see, you understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
There's 3 instances. You're missing one, John.
Yeah, I hear you.
What happened?
Remember the guy who can shrink and he grew
Termite,
up
yeah.
and he had
Yeah.
a termite group and then he came back to normal and rubbed against him. That was the first
Yeah.
event.
Yeah. And it's like I'm a as a black man, because as a black man I notice it when the black men have this shit happen to them. And it's just like
He's the only
everything
one
that
there.
happens with this giant dick is all on Mother's Milk. Why is Mother's Milk catching all this? Now, I appreciate the fact that he got to explain black trauma. That was cool. But now to have Love Sausage in his face and then to get sprayed with that substance.
And then
why
have
is
the
it
other
that,
guy walk up next to him and rub on him from
and
the
rub up
beginning.
on him?
Yeah.
Come on now. So yeah, that's Uncle John's conspiracy theory of the day. Ding, ding,
Why
ding.
is he walking in there with a gun when he knows it will do precious little?
Won't do a damn thing. Won't do a
I was
damn
wondering
thing.
about that. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, does the gun have some sort of special soup bullets or some shit in it? That I was wondering.
Regular bullets. But
that would
let's
have been a lot better explanation as to why you walking around with a gun.
maybe it's the fact that he was so blinded by his rage and by his trauma that he was just like, you know what, I know this won't work, but I'm gonna carry it with me anyway. Like he pointed the gun at he pointed the gun at Soldier Boy. And it's like, okay, we know that's not going to do anything, but he was blinded by his trauma. There was nothing. That was his first reaction. He had to kill Soldier Boy, and he really doesn't have to.
I think I might have been blinded with a rocket launcher from a few houses away.
So let me ask this though, since we still before we get off the boys. Black Noir is just like, yo, fuck that, I'm out.
Black Noir said, "Hey man, I'm gonna take this chip out my arm."
No, Black Noir didn't say shit. Black Noir just walked out.
Yeah, Black Noir was like,
Went
"Yeah,
into the
Soldier Boy
elevator.
coming for me. I'm gone." Yeah, but you
And
know what?
traumatized
But
the hell
okay,
out of that lady.
If you see somebody digging in their arm and with a knife,
right? Like
But again, to the boys' writing credit, that was maybe what, a 2 or 3 minute scene, but that told you everything you needed to know about Black Noir and Soldier Boy's relationship. It was just like so Homelander said, you know, you're my best buddy, you're my best pal, you're the only one I can trust. Black Noir heard that Soldier Boy was back. He was like, oh, fuck this. I'm out.
Fuck all y'all white people. I'm gone.
Right. That was a black man move right there. The black man said, "Oh hell no, I'm out. No,
I'm done."
No tracker beacon.
Right.
Yeah. So I think
and nobody knows what he looks like.
Right. Well, we have a clue, but we're not sure if this is actually the same guy. Because last week's episode, not Hero Gasm, but the episode before,
right, when they first brought the old heroes in.
Yeah. They gave us a little glimpse of what he looked like, if it's the same guy.
Right.
But Again, this was a masterclass in writing. If anybody, I would say, if anybody wants to write for TV or write episodic television, this is how you do it because every plot point was hit and was satisfied. Even the Deep fucking an octopus, that was hilarious. I was like,
you talk
when
about a
they showed
parody of a parody of Aquaman. It's
fucking
just
a
like
fish.
this.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
I just want that dude. That if there's anybody that's gonna go, I want him to go.
Yeah.
Because he's annoying to me.
As
and
fuck.
he's an idiot.
Yes, he's annoying as fuck. He
Chase
could,
Crawford does
if
a good
he
job
fell
playing
off,
an idiot.
if somebody shot him in the head, I wouldn't miss his ass at all. That's a character. Now, what's funny is I want there to be a Black Noir centric episode. We really haven't seen a whole lot from Black Noir, and I think that would be. I think that's what they're setting us up for.
I was about to say, and I hope
point.
that's what's coming. Yeah.
Yeah. I need a Black Noir. What'd you say, Percy? Yeah. So, all right. Well, next up, it wouldn't be a Grumpy Old Nerds episode if we didn't talk about the fuckery that's going on with DC. I have
in this
to.
week's episode of What the Fuck DC.
We have to talk about the toxic culture that's going around DC, the DC cinematic universe right now. Because between Ezra Miller, who apparently likes now to kidnap and drug little girls, Amber Heard, who was essentially shitting on Johnny Depp's bed, and Joss Whedon, who's just a dirty old man and nasty. DC does not seem to filter who works for them. Now, I understand we're talking about the entertainment industry and they're all nuts. I understand that we're talking about millions of dollars riding on name recognition, but what the fuck? At this point, the Flash movie, who knows when that's coming out? If it's coming out.
Oh, it's already coming.
And
you know they're already putting it on it's streaming. It's not coming to the theaters. They've already said that.
It's streaming.
They're going to stream it.
Oh, okay.
They're going to stream it. They're not putting it in the theaters.
I wondered if they would do that.
Yeah, I read something on that earlier. It was either earlier this week or towards the end of last week. They were saying that let me see if I can find it. But yeah, they said they were gonna. They were like, yeah, they may have been considering it, as they say, but just to put the fact that you put it out there that you're considering it, letting everybody know. Yeah, we're not gonna let Ezra get nothing in the theaters. So
because at this point, there's no way that Ezra Miller could star in anything right now because of all the bad press. He's had like a solid month of just bad press. And they say no publicity is bad publicity. This is bad publicity. He's bananas right now between the little girls and between the white couple in Hawaii who tried to have a restraining order and then he kidnapped them or did some shit like that. What exactly is going on with him? Now, I know that there was also talk of reshoots. I know that there was talk of, because they can't scrap the movie.
Yeah,
they can't.
Done.
Yeah, there's been talk of maybe recasting, and I heard someone talk about like Tig Notaro in the movie Army of the Dead. She replaced an actor, and they just kind of inserted her into different scenes. It would be almost impossible to try and do that with him because he is the focal point. Not only is he the focal point of the damn Flash movie, he's playing multiple versions of himself.
Yeah.
So
that's why I don't think they're going to reshoot it. I think they're going to do one or two. In my opinion, they're going to do one or two things. They're either going to release it as streaming and do either some after credit shit or something to where that Flash or those Flashes get gone away and maybe Grant Gustin, whatever his name is, they'll go ahead and give him the
Grant
gig.
Gustin.
Yeah, they'll go ahead and give him the gig and stuff and do that moving forward. But they have to do something because, like you said, John, he's all in that movie, and that's a couple of $100 million that they're not just gonna let it go. They're gonna put it out, but it's I don't think they're gonna because they have to do something with it. They have to transition to somebody else in that position.
that's supposed to be the movie to save the DC movie franchises because that's
Which
the
they
one that's
still
going to
did wrong.
reset everything.
But they still did They did the shit wrong. They had a perfect blueprint for that movie and they didn't use it. Dumbasses.
But I
Man,
mean, okay,
it reminds me of a military saying. Would say, do you have time enough to do it right, or do you have time to do it over? So what do you? So where are you right now? Like, what are you doing? Like, I almost feel like they should spend the money and do the reshoots and just eat whatever they're gonna lose and just lose it. But from here on out, be a little more discerning about how they handle their castings down the road and really focus on getting themselves back in order. That writing room
here
has to be like overhauled totally.
completely because at this stage of the game, you've got well, first of all, let's talk about the fact that Ezra Miller was not the Flash. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to cast him as the Flash. Whoever that
Oh,
casting agent is needs to have
his
their
ass.
ass.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
That was
sorry.
horrible.
Their ass is going to jail.
Right. Because he's not.
He's gonna be.
He's non-binary.
They're going to be in jail for a minute.
Yeah, Ezra is a proven ass and keeps proving that he's an ass every day, and that just from his looking like he's swimming as he's running,
John
as
is
I
over his
love
head,
to
man.
imitate.
That's not on him.
As-
It's fucked up, but that's not on him.
Right, yeah,
Who's it on?
that's a director's thing. The director had to be like, so let's see. When you're running, we need you to do something. We need you to do something. And
So you telling me Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon were both like, yeah, run like that. That's okay. That's how people run.
put it this way, John, neither one of them changed it.
Right.
Well, that's true.
If they didn't like it, they didn't change that shit.
That's true. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Whereas,
Put it like that.
whereas had it been Rod, Uncle Rod as the director, what the fuck is that? We're not doing that at
all. Who taught you how to run, man?
Right. We're not doing this, bro. Nah, this ain't it.
Oh man.
Not
So if we were to fix this situation, so Roy, you're saying that you would put it on streaming and just roll with it as it is?
Oh hell no, I would reshoot it all. I would take his ass completely out of everything. I mean, I'm like one of the things that I can honestly say, based on what we know of a character,
right?
Grant Gustin has to be the second best casting DC has ever done, which they didn't do because I guess it was Warner Brothers, behind Henry Cavill as Superman.
Okay.
It's like a character.
Okay.
It's like a character you can't argue, and they've made the character who he is supposed to be. He was already an adult. He was extremely smart. He's genius level. This is genius level intellect. And like you said, which it is funny because I know you're probably not watching it now, but they're actually one of the things they're actually doing with the Flash now is he's using his intelligence. It's not just run damn faster.
What?
He's right. He's talking about in scientific stuff and all this other stuff, and I'm like, that's who the Flash is supposed to be.
I might watch that show now.
Yeah, because
not Run Barry Run.
Right. It's like, yeah, stop all the running. At this point, we done ran everywhere we can run. Let's figure something out. Let's figure some stuff out. And I think so. Like Grant Gustin should have been they should have taken him directly from the TV show to the movie. The only reason I can think of them not doing that was scheduling conflicts and shooting the show and the films. I get that, but that's what they.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
Does Grant Gustin want to continue playing this character? After a 20-some-odd episode season, would he even want to do that?
I mean, listen, dude, that's a movie.
You put the check in front of him and say, write the number.
Exactly. You'd be like, what is it going to take for you to be this person?
He'll be Barry Allen for another decade.
Now, hold on. You talking like a black man with a real job. You're not talking like a white man in the entertainment industry
No,
who
but
doesn't want
Hold
to
on,
be
now, hold on.
typecast.
That's a real
Hold
job
on.
now, bro.
John,
Let's
but John,
that's
hold
a real
up.
job.
No, hold up. But think about it this way: how many people, from an actor's standpoint, in the last 10 years, have come out of one of these CW shows to go on to do greater things?
Damn.
Wasn't Jennifer Gardner the last one? Or Maggie Q, who was in which one of those shows was Maggie Q in? Nikita?
Was she in Dollhouse?
Yeah.
Dollhouse or Nikita? Wasn't
No,
it?
that was Eliza Dushku.
Which one?
Okay. Point taken.
Dollhouse. Who was in Dollhouse?
Okay.
That was Eliza
So
Dushku.
she was in Nikita then. She was Nikita.
Yeah.
So a CW. I mean, I see your point, but I'm also thinking that, and I'm trying to be funny when I say this though, but he's been playing this character 20-something episodes a season for what, like 7, 8 seasons now?
Yeah.
If that leads to greater things, okay, I can understand it. But does he really want? And then also, isn't there like a separation between the CW and movies?
But see, that's
Like
my
Warner
point.
Brothers?
That was the other thing they asked us could have fixed at that point. Because we know
It
that's
doesn't
the
matter
problem.
because it's two separate universes. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they've been doing the multiverse thing. So he could have.
But no, that's why you don't see Batman in any of the CW shows, because Warner Brothers has said
the rights. Yeah, they don't have the rights.
We don't want him on the TV.
Rights.
Yeah, we don't.
DC has the rights to all their fucking characters.
Warner Brothers owns everything. That's DC is Warner Brothers. But
they can do whatever they want with whomever they want. They're just choosing to not put Batman in things.
Warner Brothers has said we don't want Batman in the CW. Like literally, they've said.
So that's why everything they do there. Okay, well, yeah, because I hadn't seen this thing that you did with the Gotham Knights trailer. I was like, okay, and I have that ready whenever you're ready for that. If we want to segue, since we're DC in it.
So you know what? Yeah, this would be a good time to show you the fuckery of DC. Let's see that Gotham Knights trailer, because that is some bullshit.
Here we go. And
front to back, side to side.
And
some bullshit.
We will still be live. Our audio will still be live during the clip. Just to let you know, John.
Okay.
No cussing.
Oh wait, hold up. Oh, hold on.
Thanks.
Harry, we have a drink together?
Right, sorry.
Oh, somebody broke into the good stuff. Your dad gonna be okay with that?
I don't think he'll miss it. It's a questionable choices. Everybody relax. I got this. Harvey.
Turner, it's your father. He's dead. I have to ask you, did you know he was Batman?
You don't have to keep the secret any longer. It must be a relief.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Relief.
My father believed that each of us could become a light and bring a new dawn to Gotham.
Can't imagine what you must be going through. I am gonna find who did this.
It's just the latest in an epidemic of violence since the demise of the Dark Knight.
To wonder who will protect Gotham now that Batman is dead.
We have 3 suspects in custody.
Press your fingerprints on the gun that killed Bruce Wayne.
That's not what happened.
We were paid to break into his office, not kill him.
It's like a museum had sex with a bank vault.
You're just trying to get us to turn on each other.
My brother walks.
I'm trying to get the truth. Are you really the Joker's daughter?
I would like to speak with my legal counsel.
And you shouldn't have shot her kneecap.
Turner, there's one more suspect.
They think I killed my dad because I wanted his money?
Hey, I'm sorry.
Oh, look. It's the Bat Brat.
No, you haven't figured it out? We didn't kill your dad any more than you did.
They don't care if we're innocent. Time to pick a side.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to get these cuffs undone, and it's not working. Colin and Harper had no problem getting theirs off.
What?
He's in on it. They all are.
You just made my job easier.
Who the hell are you?
Carrie Kelly?
Wait, I know you. From Trig.
So you knew my dad was Batman?
I became his eyes and ears. Called me his little Robin.
prove we're not killers by killing someone. We have to stick together, find who really killed my dad, and clear our names. Because we all deserve justice.
Hunt down these fugitives.
They'll be looking for us in every alley, every dark corner of the city. There's one thing they don't have. A bat cave.
Oh my god.
Hey, tell me, you brought the Batmobile, right?
No. My mom's car. Gonna be a tight squeeze. Woo! I call shotgun!
Okay, so somebody first thing first. Explain to me, who the hell is this Batman's son?
No, there's no need to explain it because that's that bullshit. Don't even try to figure that out. I give that shit 4 episodes.
I'm willing to bet you they greenlit at least 6 the first time.
Here's my issue with
They're
this.
gonna make a decision on that by 4th episode.
Here's my issue with this entire premise. If you want to change a character that drastically, just make it a new character. It doesn't have to be within the DC multiverse. Let's just say you have a hero called the Revenger, who is a millionaire playboy, and he gets killed, and his son gets blamed for it, and then you keep going with whatever the fuck is happening. But why make it? You make it Batman because you know the premise is sorry as fuck, and you're living off of name recognition. Oh, and also one of the characters is going to be maybe the Joker's daughter. Come the fuck on. And then the little assistant that he has he called her My Little Robin. Shut the fuck up. All this is unnecessary. In the comic community, there are such thing. Well, in the geek community, there's a thing called gatekeepers. People who insist on keeping a certain character within certain parameters. And, I hate to sound like a gatekeeper, but this, and to quote Uncle Rod, this that bullshit.
I don't understand how you take a property like we just spoke about. Warner Brothers has access to everybody. They can do everybody anything DC related. But they constantly choose to go this route where you're going to just make up people or get people out there and put names of known characters on them and switch things around and say, again, we're not going to use the one character that everybody would tune in every week to see. Without fail. Everybody would tune in to watch an actual Batman show, which from what I understand is in development at some point, but why kill your credit with stuff like this?
Because what have I said the entire time?
It boggles my mind.
What have I said the entire time?
Batman's son is not Damian Wayne. It's not Dick Grayson. It's not Tim Drake.
Shit, he's not even a kid from Selena Kyle. Unless that's what they tell us that he ends up being.
It's just some kid. Look, dude, this is just a DC version of Riverdale. They just Riverdaled up the fucking Batman. That's all this is. And Riverdale, people didn't get Riverdale at first, but then it kind of grew on them and it got popular. I was like, cool.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness.
This is what DC is doing.
They are milking Batman dry. No, you're absolutely correct. And Rod, you bring up a good point. Why not just make a Batman series? Now, they've got this. HBO Max is supposedly developing a Penguin series from the Batman movie that just came out. Why not? They keep fucking around with the property. Just make a fucking Batman series. It's like the nerdy guy who wants to date the prom queen, but he's scared to ask her out, so he just keeps sticking around He'll show up every now and again. Hey, how you doing? But it won't really ask. Just
It's
fucking
like
use
an
the
old
property,
saying.
man.
It's like an old saying where you're going around your elbow to get to your ass. Why are you doing this?
Okay, I've never heard that before.
Neither have I.
But when you think about it, you see how absurd it is, right?
Well,
So look,
right.
man,
Yeah.
why are you doing
So
this? Just
so
if this is your moneymaker, this is your big gun. Develop the hell out of it. Put it on
yeah.
TV. Do
Yeah.
what people want to see. It was
Mhm.
it was successful in 1966.
Yes.
I mean, I
Yes.
think the biggest problem is the thing that we're talking about. It's like they just are not doing anything right with their characters. It's like, and that's again, that's just what makes absolutely no sense. The people in the cinematic universe seem to not really have a grasp on who these characters are supposed to be, whereas the animated people are just like blowing shit out of the water. Like, I'm willing to bet you that this Green Lantern, even though it seems to be a different storytelling or a different origin story for John Stewart, I'm willing to bet you this shit is going to be great.
Yeah. Because John Stewart's a great character. And they're using the name John Stewart. And you have a generation of people who are clamoring for a John Stewart Green Lantern because that's who they grew up with in Justice
Right.
League
Justice League
Unlimited.
Unlimited. Mm-hmm.
That is their Green
So
Lantern.
right. So that
Shit, that's
you have
my
a
Green Lantern. Fuck
a
Hal Jordan.
you got a group of people who are like, who the fuck is Hal Jordan? John Stewart's the Green Lantern. I'm like, okay. Although I'm
Right.
happy to hear you say that, that's not necessarily the case. But
So
yeah.
there's no need to even bring up Alan Scott, if that's the case.
Oh wow. Bring up Alan Scott. Now you got a whole. But you know how they made Alan Scott relevant in the comics? Isn't he gay now?
Oh, is that the
He
gay Green
is,
Lantern? I know
and
one
he
of them
and his
is.
yeah, and his children are Obsidian and Jade
Right.
from and they were in Infinity Inc. But that was like mid '80s, early '90s.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, this whole Gotham Knights thing, this is stupid. We've established that. And then why is it that the Joker's daughter has to be in this? What the fuck, man?
Because you can't
Just
do something with the damn uh, Batman if you don't have somebody doing something with the Joker.
Right.
and who's this little black girl
Again,
coming along as the
It's gonna be
apprentice?
Robin, yeah.
So maybe they're afraid of messing up their cash cow. Thank you for the comment, Leia. Yes, that's
Lee.
exactly what they're doing. But in their fear of messing up the cash
they
cow,
already messed
they're
it up.
messing up the cash cow.
They're
We're gonna
messing it
Yeah.
up.
we're gonna now. Unless, do you know that person, John?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna call their name Lee, so they can tell
Lee,
us which
okay.
one of us is correct. Because you were like Leia, and I'm looking at that like that looks like Lee to me. But
I mean, I mess up names all the time. So yeah. That's my shtick. I'm an old man who can't pronounce shit. So
Messing
if
up
I
people's names.
messing up people's names. Oh, I got a really good one coming up. Speaking of which, there's a hey Heidi, that part, no lies detected. There's a show on Showtime that I don't hear anybody talking about.
I've already watched
The
it. It was great.
The Man Who Fell to Earth,
Earth.
starring now fucking up
Yeah,
names. Here I go.
Here
the
you
dude from
go.
12 Years a Slave.
I don't even want to say it.
Mordo. Anything but his actual name.
How you pronounce it, Roy?
Dude, the hell if I know. That's why I called him the guy from 12 Years a Slave.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
There it is, my man. You always at Rod, always there with the assist.
Okay.
Chiwetel, you said Chiwetel? Okafor?
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
is that
guy.
how it's supposed? I need to YouTube and have him saying his name for me.
Cause man,
I'm sure you can find it.
that's a mouthful. But anyway, The Man Who Fell to Earth, starring him and what's the actress's name, Roy? I can't think of her off the top of my head.
Oh, I don't know. She's been in a couple of movies. I think the first thing she kind of got her break in was that police movie with Tyrese, and
Well,
It didn't.
before that, she was in the Pirates of the Caribbean. She was
Oh, I
the
didn't watch those, so I didn't know that.
She was Calypso.
she was yeah, she was
Yeah, she
Calypso in
Oh,
Pirates
okay.
of the Caribbean.
Well, then that whole comment about the Tyrese movie being her big break is wrong. So we'll go ahead and go with that.
But no, I love this show. I watched it on a lark just because of the black leads,
Yep.
and I fell in love with it. And
Yeah, it was a good
it
show.
being a remake of a David Bowie movie, and that being
Is
an
it?
interpretation of a book,
I
but
didn't know
it
that.
It's a
is
remake
really
of not David Bowie. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was supposed to be like a musical. Is that what it's a remake of? With David Bowie?
no,
No, no, no,
no.
no, no, no.
The
This
David
is.
Bowie movie. It was literally Tyler, the Man Who Fell to Earth.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're thinking of Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. But no, this was so the premise of this is that an alien comes to Earth and needs is it that they need water, Roy?
Well, no, his planet is dying or dead,
Right.
isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
he's trying to basically help Earth from becoming his planet.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
He's trying to help them save the planet before they completely foobar it.
Yeah, right, right. And this is a delight. Between his acting is superb, by the way. Playing the alien and the woman who's playing the lead, and I'm going to stop sounding even more amateurish than I already do and look it up. But I've only gotten like 2 episodes in, but I would tell anybody who watches this to watch that show.
Yeah. And now I see. Now you're making me wonder. Did I actually? I think I finished it.
Naomi
Honestly.
Harris.
Yep, Naomi. That's right. Yeah, Naomi
Yeah.
Harris. Huh. Now
I
I'm
think I
curious.
first started noticing him as an actor in Serenity. That's when I first saw him when he was the operative, and he did a damn good job in that film.
That's why Rod's my boy because he made a Serenity reference. My man. That's right. He was the bad guy in Serenity,
Yeah,
and as the aforementioned 12 Years a Slave, and he's Baron Mordo in the Doctor Strange films,
Yeah.
he did a
and
really
he
good.
is yeah.
He did a really good American accent in Salt with Angelina
That's
Jolie.
right.
He
He
was in
was in
that as
Salt
well.
too. Yep.
In American Gangster too. He was an American Gangster
Yep.
too. So no, his resume is outstanding, and he is a great actor, and he acts the hell out of this. And Naomi Harris, I think that he was supposed to be the first Black Doctor Who. Really?
Wow, that's news.
Yeah, I he as great as an actor as he is, I can't see him as Doctor Who.
I think
And
he killed that shit.
Lee,
Lee.
you said what
I think
now?
it's Lee too. I think he killed that shit.
As Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Really?
John's a Hoovian, so he got some.
Yeah.
He
I
got
I know
some.
he
don't
has. He's very
He got
very
some
demanding.
standards on that one, right? Damn it.
Yep.
I
I
am
hear you.
look, but the next doctor is going to be a black man, which my daughter and I were talking about this, and we were both like so fucking excited. More excited than I probably should have been. But the fact that they found a black man, not only that they found a black man to be the first doctor, but that Russell T Davies is coming back as the showrunner, because the guy who was running the show for Jodie Whittaker, I feel bad that the first woman who got to be the doctor had such shitty writing. It was not her fault. The show went
Right.
down. That showrunner ran the show into the ground, and now Russell T Davies has to come and resurrect it again. And thank God that he's coming because, man, if that writer had stayed on for the black man, I'd have had to fly to England and shoot somebody.
So, John, you
Damn.
know what? I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you. I really thought this was a movie. I did not realize this was a series.
Yeah, yeah.
So I must have only watched like a couple of episodes and missed it. So where are you at in the series?
So he cured Naomi Harris' father from whatever physical issues he was having, and they're on their way to Seattle to find Origin. And
Okay, so I don't think you. So I must have just gotten in. I think I may have gotten in, and you're in like 2 or 3 episodes.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that must have been what it was. I must have been looking at it thinking it was a movie.
okay,
And realized because I thought it ended, so I was assuming that was the end of it. I thought it was a movie. Lee said the scripts were terrible. I'm assuming she's talking about for your stuff for
Doctor
Doctor
Who,
Who.
yeah,
Doctor Who.
yeah, Lee, look, Jodie Whittaker. I feel so bad for Jodie Whittaker because she didn't stand a chance. She was already gonna face criticism because she was a woman, and those fucking Doctor Who gatekeepers were gonna have an attitude. Anybody other than a straight white male playing Doctor Who, they were gonna lose their shit. And the fact that this guy came along and in his first season tried not to, there's 50 years of history with this fucking character. And he wanted to ignore all of that to establish whatever he was trying to establish, which is
He's
stupid as
trying to
fuck.
do a J.J. Abrams.
Yes. He J.J. Abrams did. He J.J.
None of that other
Abrams
stuff
did.
exists.
And you know what's even worse? I that's a discredit to J.J. Abrams because the Fifth Doctor trolled her. Did he really? Oh, Lee, don't tell me that. The Fifth Doctor. That would be Colin Baker? Colin Baker trolled her? I really hope not. She did. She got a very raw deal, Lee. You're absolutely right. No, the writing was terrible, and the gatekeepers came for Jodie. Now, the fact that the Doctor now is being played by a black queer man, man, those gatekeepers going to lose their fucking minds. So,
Well, they got enough time. They got enough notice ahead of time to, act how they're gonna act and get themselves
put
together.
all those, yeah, get all the ammunition. But
Yeah.
Doctor Who is in good hands with Russell T Davies, and he's already like teasing certain shit. And then next year will be the 60th anniversary of the character, and they're going to have a special where they're bringing David Tennant back, which will be super super great. David Tennant and Catherine Tate. So I'm excited about that.
So,
But anyway,
so let me know something real quick, John. Since you're a
what's
Whovian,
up?
have
Yes,
all
sir.
the doctors been British?
Yes.
So all of the doctors are British and speak with British accents.
Yes.
Okay.
Even there was a Doctor Who movie produced by Fox where they tried to Americanize it, which was sorry as shit. And even then, they made the Doctor British. They gave
Wow.
him, they put him in San Francisco. The story was trash. The bad guy was
Okay.
oh man, why am I blanking on his name? Richard? No, not Richard. He is the sibling of who was the woman who played opposite she said I'm just a she was in the film where she said I'm just a girl standing in front of a guy. The film was Notting Hill. Julia Roberts. There it is. Word association. Had to go down that whole damn path.
6
But
degrees.
Eric Roberts. Eric Roberts. Look at that. Come on, memory. Eric Roberts was the bad guy in that film. It was a TV film.
Okay.
They tried to Americanize it. Eric Roberts was the bad guy. He was terrible. The actor who played Doctor Who was given terrible writing, and it fizzled out. And that was when the Doctor had excuse me, Doctor Who had actually gone off the air for a little while. So they tried to
It
revive
must
it
have
with
been
this
really bad.
film.
I don't even remember this shit.
Yeah, it was back in the 80s.
Okay.
The Doctor Who, BBC had canceled Doctor Who because the ratings were starting to get kind of low. Fox wanted to revive it, an American version. They actually had, because each Doctor, when the actor is done playing it, he regenerates into another actor. They got the actor who last played Doctor Who for the BBC to come in and do a regeneration scene into this Doctor, and which was the only thing that they kept from from the BBC. They changed the whole thing around. It was terrible. Yeah, it was bad. So, having
Okay.
said that, the 60th anniversary, I am so looking forward to next year because again, you've got the brother playing Doctor Who. You've got not Doctor Who, the Doctor. They're bringing back David Tennant, Catherine Tate. David Tennant, who in the modern times is probably the most popular Doctor. Yeah, it'll be
That the
special.
dude with the
And it'll
curly
be great.
hair?
No, Tom Baker is the one with the curly hair.
That's the guy I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
my
was my
first
first
Doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah, yeah. So do you all? So you all are familiar. So do you all watch it now?
Yeah, hell no.
No, I do not. I'm sorry.
I couldn't help it.
I'm not as direct as Roy with it, but no, I do not.
I haven't watched it since the dude with the curly hair.
Oh shit, he hasn't watched it since Tom Baker. Never mind.
So Rod, when did you stop?
David Tennant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you couldn't get into Matt Smith?
No.
See, yeah, like y'all saying David. Y'all
No,
saying
well, not only that, but I had like a whole lot of other stuff, to watch, and I couldn't fit it in my schedule. I had a lot going on.
yeah. See, like y'all kept
So I
saying
couldn't stay
David
current.
Tennant. Y'all keep saying David Tennant, and I'm thinking about the John David Washington movie, like Tennant. Okay, but,
Oh Lord. Oh Lord, have mercy. So no, no. Matt Smith, I would say Matt Smith was a worthy successor. So, okay, since we're on the subject, for me, I would say in order from top to bottom of this new generation of Doctor Who, David Tennant was probably the first, my favorite. Matt Smith after that as a close second. Christopher Eccleston, who's a bitch for not coming back for the 50th anniversary, but that's a whole nother issue.
Okay.
I mean, they had to invent a whole nother character to play. They wanted the three Doctors to play off themselves in the 50th anniversary because their regeneration and because this is time travel and because it's three different actors. You could have them all come in on some made up shit and have them interact, and that's always when you have specials like this. That's the best part of it. Christopher Eccleston didn't want to act with the other guys. Man, fuck you. So Christopher Eccleston as third. Peter Capaldi, because he didn't do a bad. Matter of fact, no. After Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, then Christopher Eccleston, just because he's a little bitch, and then Jodie Whittaker just wasn't given anything to do because her writing was bad. So there's that. So anyway, now that we've gone all the way around the world on that particular subject, I think it should be time for Rod's books we should be reading.
All right. Well, we have a DC centric this week. So the first up is Black Adam, the first of a 12-issue limited series written by Christopher Priest, which was a big surprise for me.
Really? God
Yeah.
damn it! I might have to read this.
See, I told you. Right. So you got Black Adam #1, and it's really interesting because you know how you have Billy Batson, and then when he says the word, he turns into, Shazam or Captain Marvel, however old you are. Black Adam, you see Black Adam in his non-superheroic persona, and he's kind of walking around. He is, it is post a battle with a facsimile of Darkseid, in which he's injured badly. And so he is looking for a successor to transfer the power of Shazam into, because he's slowly deteriorating. And so he meets someone who is part of his bloodline in modern times from way back, and he says, you need to, you're the next one, basically. You're the next in line. So you get a chance to meet some interesting characters in this one, and I think people are going to be surprised as to who his descendant is.
Okay, so
some people are gonna be surprised. Some people are gonna be pissed off.
So that's what I was just about to ask about that, because I read something about that people were talking about it. So should we not? Well, you know what? Well, I don't know. A spoiler.
It just came out today, bro. I'm not gonna do that.
Rod's putting his foot down. Stop spoiling shit. Okay.
They came out today.
But they were already talking about. So I haven't even read the book, and they were already talking about it online, though. So it's not like I'm giving away anything.
because they're haters.
Exactly.
So now I kind of want to.
It's the gatekeepers, John. It's
I
more
kind of want to
gatekeeping
know
issue.
now because I'm not going to pick it up because I'm going to wait for the trade paperback. I kind of want to know now.
You're gonna be waiting for a minute, bro.
Ron, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to jump in on. So they're getting pissed because they're talking about making the next Black Adam somebody actually black. So I still don't know who the descendant is. All I'm assuming is it's some black kid that people are like, what is this supposed to be? It's just like, really, dude?
There's been 50 or 60 years of comics and superhero movies and TV where it was damn near 95% white. Now we're starting to get some people of color out there and people are losing their shit. I am so tired of these motherfuckers.
The only
You
thing
you
the
just
only thing I have to say about this, the only thing I have to say about this regarding Black Adam is that considering where Black Adam was from, he was probably black in the first place, and they just didn't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
If they really wanted to be accurate, Black Adam would have been a black man.
Black Adam is African. Fuck boys. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So next up.
But it's stupid. It's like, did you not know that Egypt was in Africa? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Dumbasses.
They tried to make it. They tried to make you think it wasn't.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
Blood Syndicate season 1, number 2. All right. We have the continuation of Tech 9 returning home from the military. There's a really good couple of pages where he kind of has this come to Jesus moment with his family, which I think was pretty good. You see a little bit more introduction of some of the people who you may remember from the original run coming into it. You see the appearance of who looks like who's going to be the main villain in this one. I believe the name is Holocaust, and he makes an entrance, a nice entrance, and lets you know exactly who he is right off the bat. And in addition to seeing a little bit more of Tech 9, you also learn a lot more about where or how his powers came about. Because remember, during the Big Bang, in this one, the Big Bang was a chemical gas that affected people. He was in the military when this happened, so he was overseas in Afghanistan. So he achieves his powers in a different way. And you see a little bit, of him trying to get away from gang culture. He's not trying to be in that anymore. We find out, he's got a baby mama. He's got a son that he wants to interact with now that he's back home. And so, he's dealing with a lot. And we also get one panel of a new / old member that people may remember from back in the day. I'm not going to spoil that because it's kind of cool how they did it.
So this is the first two. Tell me if I'm wrong. These first two issues have turned into our Tech 9 centric.
For now, yes. It seems to be.
Now,
It seems to be that we are. It seems like we're looking at the story through his eyes, through his perception.
Now, what I find interesting is that fans of the old run know what happened to Tech 9 in the first run of Blood Syndicate. I'm wondering if this is the same route they're going to take with this character. I don't know.
I don't think there's any way to know right now for certain because they're still laying groundwork.
From what you're saying, I'm digging what they're trying to do. Again, because they eliminated the Big Bang, that affects not just Static but the entire fucking line. But
they changed it into what the gas that supposedly Metcalf, aka Hardware, is framed for releasing. But by the end of season 1 of Hardware, should be cleared of that.
Right. But because it was a Black Lives Matter, unless they're changing the basic framework of what Blood Syndicate is, how were any of these characters at a Black Lives Matter rally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
Because
mean, just
in the first run, Blood
just
Syndicate
because you're a
was.
banger doesn't mean you don't want black people getting killed in the street by white people.
Think about what you just said.
I
No, but you
understand
know
what I
what?
just said.
I could actually see that. They could have, even if they frame it as them being instigators trying to cause trouble. But I could see, I get it. At first I was with you, John, but when Rob made that statement, I was like, you know what? I could see that. I could see that. They could have been the extremist, just the extremist in the group.
They could be
Forgive me for.
what a lot of people think Antifa is when it really isn't that.
I know I
Is
look
what they try
like
to
I
paint
just swallowed
Antifa
something
as.
bitter. I know I look like my facial expression is like someone who just swallowed something bitter, and I have. But yeah. Okay, let's continue. I have nothing good to say about that.
All right, next you got a giant size milestones in history. All right, so here you've got a compilation of a lot of short stories, and these short stories are about a lot of people of African descent, real people, real stories, real history, uh, told with the backdrop of Icon and Rocket, kind of giving you the
Oh
preface,
wow.
right? And I
Oh.
think it's kind of cool because they are in the first couple of pages. You hear Icon and Rocket talking and kind of introducing it, and the background is totally blank. So it's almost like they're in the construct in the Matrix. And then different people's stories will show up, and you see there's stories about Hannibal, there's stories about Alexandre Dumas, there's stories about Benjamin Banneker. It's a lot of people going, real black people, as I mentioned before, throughout history that may or may not have had their stories told.
Hmm.
And right off the bat, on the second page, you have Rocket saying that now that we have this book, or we're doing this story because there are a lot of BS laws that are being passed, which are making it illegal to teach Black history.
Hmm. I'm gonna go to the damn
Says it.
comic store and buy that issue tomorrow. Shit. Uh, but no, that's so. Did you know this was coming out, or was this something
I did.
you happily? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I knew it was coming
Okay.
out. I didn't know exactly when, but I knew it was soon. And so when I saw this,
Hmm.
obviously I was going to get it. It was a
Yeah.
must buy. But I was
Absolutely.
really pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by the variation of the
Hmm.
different artists and different writers and how they handle the different historical figures. And I think they did a really good job of that.
Nice. Now, is this a series or a one shot?
It looks like it's probably going to be a one shot. There
Okay.
is at the end also a really brief intro to what is coming up. And what is coming up is a book called Hardware and Icon. So it looks like there's going to be a team up book with those two.
Oh my God. Oh Lord, have mercy. Okay,
Yeah,
so let me ask you this about Blood Syndicate because, um, just because I'm curious. Chris Cross is handling the art with Blood Syndicate, correct?
he is. Yep.
Okay.
It looks really
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, that he's one of my favorite artists right now. I have to
Yeah.
say that I dig Chris Cross, and the fact that they got him to come back to the book, I'll give. I shit on a lot of stuff that Milestone does. I give them kudos for doing that.
I was really hoping that we could get crisscross somehow to the Urban Nerd Con. I think that would have been awesome. But
So here's a
yeah.
question: was it as hood as Ridley's The Other History of the DC Universe? Thank you, George, for that question.
Hmm.
Talking about milestones in
Um.
history.
Interesting. Yeah. Probably not, because the people who were writing it, I think some people specifically tried to not make their stories hood when they had the
Ah,
people who were telling the story. When they had the people who were relating the story to the audience, where they had the opportunity to be hood, they weren't. So
Got
I
it.
would say probably not.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I believe we've reached the witching hour. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Look like we got a couple of new friends that have joined us. Thank you, Lee, for your interactions and me being able to actually have a Doctor Who conversation with someone on this damn show.
Yeah, because that wasn't happening with us. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks, Lee.
very much, Lee. Lee, I appreciate you. Thank you, George. Thank you, as always, James Otis Hall. James Otis Hall rocks with us no matter what. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. And
Where's
thank you to
James
everyone
Otis
else
Hall?
who...
Where's James based at? Do you know? Is that somebody you know up in Chicago?
No, I don't
James,
know where
if you're
James
still
Otis Hall
on,
is.
man, where you living at? But y'all go
And
ahead, John. I'm sorry.
for
Where
everyone
you
who is
living at
here,
in that preposition?
where you living at, man?
How's
Bro,
Percy
where you
doing?
living at, bro? How's that?
Mm.
Lord have mercy.
He want.
So,
I
Uncle
guess he
Percy, is there
wants
something
something.
you wanted to say before we left? You're blinking on and off, Uncle Percy, and now he's just gone. Okay, Rod, any parting words?
Urban NerdCon, July 29th to the 31st. Let's get it. Got discount
Absolutely.
tickets going out. Um, we just got some new people that are going to be coming in and joining us for the con. It's going to be a really great event. It's going to be a family event as well as an adult event. People of
Mhm.
women, children of all ages will be able to come and have a good time. So mark your calendars for the last weekend in July.
All right. Uncle Roy, what's going on with the network?
The Urban Nerd Con, July 29th through the 31st. Everything is
Oh,
all
real quick, George
NerdCon
asked
all
if
the
it was
time.
Black Label. Hold up, George asked if I guess he's talking about the history of milestones in history. That is not Black Label, George. That's regular.
All right,
What's Black
nice,
Label?
nice.
For those of us who don't know.
This DC's spicy imprint.
Oh, okay.
Spicy. That's right. That's the way of saying it's just
Yeah.
nasty. Uncle Percy, is there something you would like to say before we leave?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right. Well, Jesus Christ. It's like watching paint dry. Well,
Oh,
Tatum
somebody
wins.
going.
for
Tatum says she's going.
Tatum going to the NerdCon.
oh,
Woo
Tatum.
woo.
Fantastic, Tatum. We will see you there. Thank you, Tatum. Uncle Percy, nothing, huh?
Hero gasm.
All right. Oh, huh?
Hero gasm.
So, once again, for the missing Uncle DJ and Auntie Nicole, for Uncle Percy, Uncle Rod, and Uncle Roy, I am Uncle John. Thank you for joining us. Thank you again, all the new people who come check us out. We're here every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Come check us out. We'll talk and ramble about shit like this every week. Again, the Urban Nerd
But we'll do
Con.
a
The
better
Urban
job
Nerd
next week.
Con. Yeah, well, sure. Why not? TheUrbanNerdCon.net. Tickets on sale now, theurbannerdcon.net. Tickets on sale, Montgomery, Alabama, July 29th through the 31st. We will be there live. We will be broadcasting live so you can see us be ridiculous in person. So, for the grumpy old nerds, night-night.